finally got my video set up proper. I got the OBS, I got everything set up how it's supposed to be. I finally got my 4K camera set it up properly. I have a mic somewhere, I'll hook that up later, but I got my light here. I'm excited to do this the right way. So that way, even in the late hours of the night, the wee hours of the night when I be up doing what I do, I can actually still see, you guys can see me and I can show y'all the sauce. So, what we're doing, I'm actually eating right now. My bad eating for you. But I don't really care because I'm hungry. My wife made me some food. It's buzz right now. Mm. Okay. What are we getting into tonight? Let's see. Let's look at gold. Do we mark up gold last time? Let's finish marking up gold. Let's do that. So as you guys know, 6 month. So buyers have taken over since July 3rd, 2023. We're about like 2 years in now. And know what? Let me maximize the screen. There we go. Buyers have taken over since July 2023, solidified itself in January 2024, based on the 6 month chart, right? But we're going to go lower, get more accurate. Matter of fact, could I find a bottom? I'm going to use this as the bottom. Why not? Why not? This is the real bottom, bottom, bottom. It's funny because you see this little thing in crypto where some cryptos will come out and then they'll go low for a little bit and then they'll have their little rise to fame. It's pretty much everything, bro. All right. I like marking up the charts. If y'all didn't know by now, you do. I love marking up the charts. So we sitting here on a random, what is it, Wednesday? Thursday night? Wednesday night, whatever. Mm. It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. I thought it was Friday. What was it? Whatever. Sitting on a Thursday night, marking up some charts. So I went over all this before, but basically, these are the main levels for these pairs. So, or for this pair, excuse me, gold versus US dollar. Best way to mark it up. US dollar is like the major currency. I mean, it might not be for longer, but it has been. So that's what we're sticking with. That's what everything is kind of measured against when it comes to big term, long term. Um, Man, we had great movement. So this is what I was talking about once it busted out of here. And mind you, I had some back and forth, which is why I created another level where sellers were just forcing their way in, but buyers definitely took over right here. We're surpassed all this. So from here to here, again, 151%. More importantly, that's 337,000 points. What does that mean? 337,000 points is a lot of points, bro. That, like, with a one lot trade, that's literally 337K. And from the date of, what's this date? April 1st, 2024, to current, well, the top of it, let's just say it was the top, which was in January of this year, 2026. So 2 years, if you're holding one trade, you made 333K literally with no drawdown, which is insanity. Like, literally, if you just took a one line here, there's no drawdown because it never went down. It just went straight up, right? Even coming back down and never. When we say drawdown, meaning how long you're holding a negative trade or negative volume in order to get to positive volume, right? How long you're holding a potential drawdown, potential negative to get to the positive, right? Keeping it simple. This trade never, and I mean never, went negative on you. Like, you took this trade, this entry, and it's funny because this is exactly what I told my mom to buy gold. I'm not gonna talk about that. That's a story time for another day. But from this point here, it just skyrocketed like no tomorrow, and you were never at risk of losing your trade. So, like, you could have went here, taken half of your trade when you see this, whatever, and then still came out 150. It doesn't matter. The whole point is, I mean, let's say you had a $10,000 account, which you can very much well trade this with one lot with a $10,000 account. Standard, remember, one lot is just a standard trade size, right? So with a standard trade size on a $10,000 account, if you're risky, you could do a $5,000 account, whatever. But the one is 300K just in one trade, just sitting and chilling for 2 years, just leaving it alone. Like what? Opportunity is insane. Obviously, you gotta learn to do that. But hey, that's the whole point. The point is to encourage you, the everyday person, to look at this from a broad perspective. You don't need a lot to make a lot of difference. You could have invested in gold, or you could have just invested into the right gold trade. The point is, opportunity is here, bro, all day, every day. All right. So now that I went over my spiel, so I'm gonna do a lot of those because it's the mindset is just as important for you guys to grasp as to why you're doing this and it's the opportunity versus you actually learning how to do it, right? There's two elements. There's the mental battle of trading, and then there's the physical or the actual technical analysis battle of trading, right? And so I'm teaching kind of like the broad perspective of look at it from the right way from the physical perspective, meaning doing what we're doing here, and I'm looking at it the right way from here. Because if you don't have here right, no matter how right you are on here, it does not matter. Yeah, word to the wise. So oh my god, bro! Like, just like even these points, like you get some of these trades are just gold, bro. Like you got in here, you're up. You got in here, you're still up. It went neutral. It went slightly negative. Let's say 3,000 points. That's nothing compared to the overall scheme of things. But there's just so many opportunities. That's still 272. I'm gonna just bring this in numbers that y'all understand. This is a $272,000 move from March 2025 to January 26th. So March 17th to January 26th. 271K. Not even placing on the trade. And this is how some people are trading. The institutional level traders are trading like this. Like, bro, the banks are trading like this. This is why they don't care about the little everyday back and forth that y'all be getting caught up in and your favorite guru be losing on. They ain't trading like that, bro. They're not. They're looking at long term data. Like, how can I get in the right? I'm gonna wait to get into the right position where I could just hold that John for 2 years, a year, whatever the case may be, a few months, whatever. The point is, they want to get into the best sweet spot right here, right, to just ride the wave. And remember, they got big money, so they're like putting $1 million trade in here, putting $1 million trade in here, putting $1 million trade in here, putting $1 million buy here. Like they just keep doing it, and then eventually, like, oh, okay, volume stop, let's get out. You know what I mean? But like, bro, one, so I'm gonna count this for you, so y'all just get the gravity of this. This is one. This was 300,000. This is two. I think this was 200,000. So I'm gonna write this down. So we got 333K. Then we got 300 and let's just call it 307. 307K. Just picture these as different trades that they're taking. Boom. Which is the standard lot. Nothing crazy. 273K. These are all the entries, and this is literally okay. Well, this was 2024. I was gonna say this is just 2025, but it's not. I moved into 2024. From here on is 2025, and I guess I'll do that one after. Right. Let's see from here to here. Yeah, I just did that one. That was 270. So now we go from here to here. And you're like, well, how do they know to take it out the top? Trust me, they know. They got traded just like me, looking at the same data. 104K. Right? Where's my handy dandy calculator? So let's say 333 plus 307 plus 2273 plus 200 plus 104 equals, that's 1.2 million. I had to write that number down. Paint the vision and make it clear. Make it clear for you to see so you understand why we do this long term. 1.21 million in 2 years. Right? Let's just say we're going to take out 2024, right? So anything, you're like, why are we going over this? Because this will give y'all a perspective you need to win. So let's say nothing, boom, nothing before that line. right? So we're gonna take out, I think the two 300s. Yeah. So now we're gonna minus that by 333 minus 307 gives us still 577. That's $577,000 for the year by taking passive trades. Literally, like the like literally that's only three trades for the entire year, and you passively are up 577K. Even right now, let's say even with this large pullback, all right, you're still up like right where it's at. Literally, if you're still holding it, that's 210, right? Like you're probably down like maybe let's just say 100K. So you still have $477,000 passively, bro. Like y'all don't even understand. Like the point I'm trying to make is the opportunity is real. Like all you got to do is learn how to leverage the skill. You could passively make $500,000, bro. Like I really wish that I had someone break it down for me, how I just broke it down for y'all, because that's what helps you lock in early to realize it's a long term game. I don't gotta rush this because if I just focus on finding the right opportunity, I will make the big money over time. You just want to be able to get in when it's time to get in, bro. You want to be able to see the opportunity when it's about to break. You want to be able to look at this and be like, oh, we've been at this level for a minute. Oh, we've been at this level for a minute. Even clearer. Oh, we've been trapped here for a minute. Oh, we got over it. Oh, 2023 came around. We got over it. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, cool. Boom. Now 2024 came in. We really got over it. Bro, it's that's where people make the big money. They find the sweet spot entries that give them the opportunity. They find when the buyers are really about to turn up, or the sellers, whichever direction. They find when the buyers market, the buyers turn up, or the seller market, the sellers turn up. They just find the sweet spots to get in, and they execute. Period. And they do it consistently, year after year, over and over again. Now is it gonna move the same way this year? Who knows? Doesn't really matter. We just wait for what we need to see, and we jump in. Simple. It's crazy, bro. Sorry, I just enjoy these charts so much because they're paying up. Where else do you know you could be paid like for this? Well, I wouldn't say 3 months of effort, but like let's just say for 20 hours out of your year, you made $500,000. Like what? Bro, this trading is amazing. Nowhere else you can do that. If there is, you guys can feel free to do that. Stop following me now, but I'm paying attention to this. So, moving right along, because we want to see what the heck is happening now, right? That's what relevant. You're watching this because you're like, where's gold about to go? I'm about to tell you. Where I think it's about to go. Let's use this. I want to really identify this. So, cool, boom. We know why gold just took this recent drop in the market, right? It hit a previous daily level, which I think this was from last week too. The fourth. Yeah, the fourth was from last week, obviously. So it hit a previous daily slash weekly level, and it decided sellers were like, "Hey, we're kicking in. We were there before, and now we're back." So they jumped in, and they jumped in hard and dropped it, right? But if you look at it, we're still where's the little marker thingy? It's like a little tool here for something. You know what? No, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll just put circles there for y'all like usual. One. Bear with me, y'all. It's late, but I wanted to make this video for y'all. So one, it's gonna be small circles. Two, three. Why is it significant? Why am I doing a circle? That was weird. Okay, we're back. So if you look at this chart, the reason why I'm pointing this out, right? These little circles, what do they mean? Well, quite simply, they mean at this point in the market, it bounced right? And went back up. So balance went back up. Balance went back up. The trend, although this craziness happened, it still looks like it's creating new highs, right? Or I'm sorry, let me take that back. It still looks like it's creating new lows, like higher lows. So like, bro, why am I speaking like that? I'm sorry. Okay, we're back. So what I really mean to say is it looks like it's creating higher lows. This was higher, this was higher, and this was higher. Whenever we see higher lows, even though we're not really getting major higher highs, we're still moving back into an uptrend, right? Higher lows and higher highs. A downtrend is lower lows and lower highs, which we're not going to see on gold because it's been moving like freaking crazy this whole time for the last 2 years. It's been an uptrend, so I can't show you a downtrend. What I'm going to show you is an uptrend. I'll show you more examples, all right? So I'll just get the point. Remember, I said in the other videos, the trend is your friend. We're going to be following the trend. Following the trend. What does the trend mean? If it's going up, go up with it. Simple. If it's going down, follow it. But over a period of time, obviously. I don't just mean, oh, because it's going down, all of a sudden it's a downtrend. No, it has to continue to go in that direction. Like, this is a continuation of this, right? So after all this craziness, it went up. And it'll be like that consistently throughout this chart. Like I said, you got higher highs consistently. When we keep seeing higher highs, it means that we're still in an uptrend. So what I'm seeing is even though this came through, it's still higher highs and higher lows. We're seeing higher highs here, one, two, and then it kept going one, and then this one got a little higher, and then this one was definitely higher, right? Higher, higher, higher. So we're seeing higher highs, higher lows. Lows are the bottoms, right? The bottoms of the bricks where it goes like boom boom, right? So when it does this, I'll draw it for y'all. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're here right now. I know this looks a little weird, but the point is, if you look at it in its base form, right, this is the current trend. It's up, 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 up. A lot of ups, a lot of down, right? Let's just keep it in alignment, right? Let's fix this one. A lot of up. Then we had a good decent down. But what's happening again? These lows are not getting any lower, which means we can't be in a downtrend yet because we haven't gone lower than from this. Even though this low is crazy, it's still a higher low. Like, look, this was the last little, like, I guess you could call it low point, right? Where it kind of the indecision happened, the arguments happened, the back and forth, the battling for territory happened, buyers versus sellers, right? White versus black. White are in control, black's trying to play games with them. White are in control, black's trying to play games, white takes over. That's all I mean, right? Keep it simple. So what I'm saying is, even though black took control over here because they pushed into a whole new territory and very rapidly, that's why I dropped just as rapidly, we're still higher than this low, right? We're still, if this was the low, we're still higher. It's still end higher. Like, this is the daily time frame. It's still end higher. But if you look at it on a lower time frame, you're not gonna look at the same. You're not gonna look at it for what it truly is. You're gonna start getting confused. Let me see. If you look here, it looks lower. But that's why I say you gotta use the larger time frames to really analyze everything. So higher highs and higher lows. Right now, we may not have a higher high, meaning it didn't go any higher, but we got higher lows. One, two, three. It's going. The lows are getting higher, right? The reversal, the bounce points, the points where the buyers are taking back over, are getting higher. So that means we're still in an uptrend, bro. Right? Don't let the market fool you. Now, if we were to see this, then I'd be like, all right, now we're starting to transition. But it still would have to do this. And I'll fix that in a second. All right? And all that this means is we've got a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Oh, I guess I should do it like that. Yeah, there we go. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Simple. Means it's going down. Right? Visually, it looks simple. It is simple, but we complicate in our brains by not just trying to identify it in its simplest form like this. So we've got higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Still higher low, right? Because this was the low, or in this case, I didn't draw this one, but you know what I mean, right? Still a higher low. It's not a higher high, but we got a higher low. Now we got a higher high because it's higher than this high. But we got a higher low. Then now we're here, right? Where it came down, and like I said, it's here right now. So we still currently, if that low stays the same, we still have a higher low, right? And that's what I mean is being able to simply just look at the information and make it clear. Look at the data and paint it clear, like make it clear in your mind. The clearer you see this data in your brain, the better you'll be able to execute. Period. All right, so I'm getting rid of all that now. Boom. You're like, well, what does all that mean, man? Come on, man. Tell me what it means. It means that until the charts show us otherwise, we ain't going down yet. Don't be mistaken. Now, what I kind of feel like is we're in a little bit of a consolidation, aka matrix box, right? Which the matrix box looks like this, where it's just there's not really much higher lows and higher highs being formed. However, I can't say that all the way because we're still getting higher lows. So we'll see what happens. What I'm gonna say is, in order for me to take a trade, I'm gonna need the chart to hold up here, remember, and park itself, execute and lock itself in above this level. So I'll literally put an alert here. Boom. I'm gonna need to see this one of these white team. I need to see the white team take over and lock themselves in above this red line. Simple for a day. Why? Because we're looking at the daily chart. That's what the levels are from. Also because this is a weekly level as well. So being that it's Friday, if it comes above this level today, that means it'll come above the low for the whole week, and that'll be very significant going into the next week. We'll know that we're going higher next week. So for now, we're in a little bit of indecision term. We're still getting higher lows, right? So for now, I'm still betting on it going up. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I might not take any trades right now because I don't really like it, but for the people who are anxious, that could be one right there, right? So you can say that, okay, if it locks itself below this level, I'll sell. If you're just gonna keep it simple, that's what it is. If sellers take over and they get below that level, that zone, that pocket as we call them, sell it if you want to. You know what I mean? If it gets above this red level, buy it if you want to. The whole point is I cannot tell you what to do. You should know what to do. Don't just go off of my advice. I'm only sharing information, right? Again, this is not financial advice, right? I'm only sharing information so you guys can learn how to do this. I don't want anybody to depend on me because if I forever whatever reason because I have a family decide to stop making these videos, you can't just rely on me to feed you, right? Teach a man how to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. It's a principle for a reason. So I don't think I want to do anything else with this. I guess this would be another little level you could use too, right? Why? Because remember wicks tell stories, right? The wicks from the bricks tell you where things are and what's going on. If it happens to close below this, then I really feel more confident about the sell. But then it would only I would only if it was me selling, I would only be selling to this level, right? The one of the best ways to trade is from level to level, from area to area, from territory to territory. As I've been explaining, I'm gonna keep it in video game logic, right? So if I'm fighting for territory, if we get below this territory, we're pushing to the next one. If we get this below this territory, we're pushing to the next one. That's what we're gonna keep doing, right? If we get above this territory, we're pushing to the next one, which would be right here. If we get above that territory, we're gonna keep pushing to the next one. And if we get above this territory, we're going to the moon. So that's how I look at the charts. I keep them simple. I allow myself the best opportunities to win. I try not to complicate it. So many people complicate trading. I was one of those people. Don't worry. Mm, I'm so hungry. I'm sorry. I only had one meal today. But yeah, so many people complicate trading. Like I said, I've done this myself in the past. You don't need to do that. It's not that complicated, bro. It's literally you identify the key levels on a bigger time frame. You go down on a medium time frame, not a smaller time frame, because then you're gonna think these levels, and I'm not even showing you those levels. I don't touch those levels. This is retail, retail, retail. Anything lower than H1 is retail. And sometimes I may look at it, but then I'd be like, nah, I'm in retail land. I don't need nothing lower than this to get opportunity. Simple. So, what am I looking for? The only trades I'm looking for is, remember, these bounces might not happen perfectly. All right. This is what I'm looking for. I could also, once it gets here, I could just go back. And I can also do this. So I'm gonna just like this is where it's at. As y'all see the bar, that's where it's at. Boom, 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 boom. It might even go down here, but boom, boom, boom. Eventually, it's gonna break out this little area that it's trapped in, right? If we're just using both of these zones, preferably versus this one, I'd rather use these two. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll leave it how it is. But the point is, I'm gonna use this level and this level. It might bounce through this level for a while, right? Eventually, it'll come out and it'll do one of these two moves, and it's that simple. And that's how you see the chart every single day. Um, what else do I have to say? Oh, free mini course coming soon. I've been telling y'all I'm gonna work on it this weekend, starting the first video. I was writing down the first video because I have to take my time with it because I want to be super specific about giving entry level information. I'm not gonna go over the super basics, like the basics, like what a candlestick is and what a brick is. Like no, I have a free ebook for that. Y'all can download that and read that. But I will start at the basics of like how to look at the information first, how to get to this platform, download the platform, which are pretty simple things. I mean, you can honestly Google it. But TeamViewer is what I use. You can use a free version. You don't need that many tools. It's very simple, bro. It's all very simple. Like I very much wish that someone taught me how to simplify trading so much sooner in my life. Like, but then again, I don't because I wouldn't be able to give y'all this value. So you give and you get. Anyway, um, thank y'all for tuning in again. Maverick's point of view. I hope you guys got some value from this video. This is what I'm looking at to happen with gold. Might post on Instagram, might not. Make sure y'all follow me there too, if you want, because I really don't care. At the end of the day, this is just to help you guys. Share with a friend if you feel like it was valuable and you can help them, because we're all gonna need a skill set like this coming next few years. I know I joke around, but I'm very serious about you must learn and grab and acquire a skill set that's gonna let you make money from wherever you're at in the world by 2030. Because by 2030, the total banking system will be different. They're gonna do more of those stupid digital IDs and start forcing power and forcing you to do certain things. And if you're not in position, aka if you don't have financial abundance, and you can't just dip and leave and pay for whatever you want, do whatever you want, and you're chained to the system, you're gonna have to do what they say. But if you're like the few of us who know what to do, and I'm not gonna talk about that on here, but if you're like the few of us that know what to do and have these type of skill sets, you're gonna be able to stay free, be free, and help others be free too. So yeah, with that being said, this is Maverick's point of view, and I'm out. Peace.